Hey everybody, I'm JJ Johnson and you are watching Reality Survival. So today what I want to talk to you about is the AquaGear water filtration system. And as you guys just saw in some of this lead-in footage, there can be catastrophes that can happen that affect municipal water supplies. And that is what we're going to talk about today. What happens if you live in an area where there was some kind of a toxic water spill or, chemical spill or something along those lines, and your water system was infected? Well, maybe this is a situation kind of like the Animas River in Colorado, where it's not really necessary for you to leave your home and to, go do a bug out and all that kind of thing. But you still got to have fresh water, right? And, or maybe you're kind of like they said that in the news reports with that whole thing that there were up to 1,000 wells in the area of the river that may be infected. Well, they don't know if it's infected or not, or when it could be infected, or when it might not be. And so they're kind of in this state of flux. You only drink bottled water, or whatever the case may be. I mean, that's good as long as there's bottled water on the shelves. But what if there's not? And what if you're in a questionable zone to where you don't know if you should be drinking this stuff or not? Then you should try to find a water filtration device that is actually going to help remove some of those contaminants. And AquaGear is one of those things. Another thing to think about is, what if you live in an area that is close to a nuclear reactor, or some place where nuclear waste is stored? Do you know for sure if your water is radiation contaminant free? And I'll throw up a map in here where you guys can take a look and see, yeah, pretty much everybody east of the Mississippi is at least somewhat close to a nuclear reactor. So, you might not, your where your water comes from may not come from that area and all that kind of stuff, and it really just depends. But the point of this is that a lot of people, a lot of civilization are around radiological contaminants. And so if that is something that you're worried about, you might find this to be a really interesting option for you. The AquaGear filters that I'm going to show you today are both made for filtering out tap water. Okay, these are not designed to be able to do groundwater that's untreated groundwater. So, like I said, these have a specific purpose in mind. They're made to be, used with tap water, basically water that has been filtered to some level, but it actually improves upon that even more. It's got a 0.02 micron filter in it, and apparently with the way that they manufacture these here in the United States, by the way, they electromagnetically charge the particles and the pieces that are used in this, and that will help remove additional contaminants and heavy metals and pesticides and all kinds of stuff. And so I'll go through some of that stuff here in a minute. They've got a couple different options. You can get the regular water filter, which it's a pitcher like this right here, and it'll basically do 150 gallons, and then the initial filter that comes in it is not the radiological one. You have to get an upgrade. You pay an upgrade fee for the radiological filter, which is this one. And you can tell, I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see this in here, but basically you see those little beads in there. That is a part of what pulls the nuclear contaminants, out of there. And again, see if you can see that there in these. And I don't know exactly what they are. Some kind of voodoo magic. I'm not really sure about that. But So you can get the pitcher for about $69. The radiological filter is $100 by itself. Again, it'll do 150 gallons. And then the straw will do 25 gallons. Now, again, this is not for open groundwater. Basically, this is, if you are going to drink your water out of the faucet, you can pour it, into a bigger container and then drink from it with this or whatever. It's just an emergency use kind of thing. And these are, I think, $39-ish on their website. Now, you may be able to find them cheaper on Amazon. I'm not sure. If there is an Amazon link to them, I'll put that down in the description below as well as the link to AquaGear. I think it's goaquagear.com. So I was a little bit curious about their testing, and I wanted to kind of take a look at it, and I wanted to see, okay, they're saying that it does all this stuff. What kind of testing do they have to show that it really does and all that? And so the Department of Agricultural Commission's Weights and Measures in California did some testing on this, and for fluoride, it reduces 90% of the fluoride. It reduced 99% of the arsenic, and that was one of the big chemicals that was in the Animas River. Lead was another chemical, and it reduces 97.5% of that. Selenium and thallium, mercury, which was another one that was in the Animas River, 98% there, and then like total residual chlorine, 87.5. So and it shows all the different things and how much it reduces the different ones and all that kind of stuff. Some of them it reduces a whole lot more, and these are all inorganic testing. And then when you look at the organic testing, I mean, geez, pretty much all the items that were listed on here, I think, are 96% or higher. Most of them are 99% or higher. There was at 194, but I can't even pronounce half the things of what these are. And a chloroform was one of them. So basically, my limited understanding of chemistry and all that kind of thing, leads me to believe that these are pretty good products, and it sounds like as long as you're doing it with tap water, that it's going to work pretty well for you. And I think probably part of the reason is it's just not designed. It doesn't have the pre-filters and stuff to take the bigger chunks. It's going to just clog it up if you use it with groundwater or whatever. So I'll just kind of show you the pieces here. That's the lid. The pitcher comes up like this, and it basically just, you use this little wrench here if you need to screw that off, and that's kind of the how it comes apart. Now they offer a lifetime warranty. There is if it ever breaks, then you can send it back and they'll replace it 100%. All you got to do is just pay the shipping. And then there's also a 30-day money-back guarantee, and if you don't like it within 30 days, ship it back to them, and they'll give you 100% of your money back if you've got a receipt. And then if you don't have the receipt, they'll credit your account with the amount that went to it. Now, when you first get them, as far as using it, what you have to do is you got to put this little red top on here, and you got to stick that to your sink, and then flush it for 2 minutes. And then after that, it'll be ready to use. And it's the same thing with the straw. You take this little top and you put on it and you flush it for 2 minutes. And you take the bottom off, and then it'll be ready to use. So pretty straightforward, really nothing too mystical about that. They seem like pretty good products. I did this because I haven't really seen any products on the market that address radiological issues, and I think that is a possible scenario, that could happen when you look at the number of people who live close to our aging nuclear power plants and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it might not hurt to have, some of these on the shelf, because, maybe you don't know if there has been anything happen or not, and maybe the news says, yeah, it's safe, but you just want to make sure. Then at least you've got an option for doing that. So thought it was kind of cool. Like I said, I'll stick a link in the description below. Definitely appreciate it if you guys check it out. And if it looks like it's going to, fit your needs, then by all means, pick one up. So Guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would definitely appreciate it if you click the subscribe button down there. That would be great. And as always, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I'm trying to get a few more Instagram folks. I share a lot of stuff there on like upcoming reviews and different products I'm going to have, as well as just, family stuff, personal stuff too, whatever, stuff I find cool. But anyhow, guys, as always, don't forget to live the 6 P's. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys.
One of my biggest time wasters is driving to and from work every day. I can't text, I can't email, it's boring, and it wastes my time. But I started using Audible, listening to audiobooks as I drive. Audible gave me back 2 hours per day, and I love it. Click the link in the description below to get 30 days free, plus a free audiobook from audible.com when you sign up for the service.